Hey, everybody. Hope y'all had a good 4th of July week. Mine was good and not good. Had a couple of disasters happen. As much fun as we had doing all the fun things that we did. But, yeah. Who all is in here? Just 5 Door. See who else is in here. Let me see. YouTube. Drop something.
Your camera.
Oh, okay.
It's fine.
They're not being quiet.
Riley's not being there.
We need some more people in here. There's only 4 watching. You other couple gonna say hey? We need some more people in here. There's only 4 watching. I have a stream, or not a stream, slideshow ready when we get a few more people in here. We need a few more people. There's got to be more than 4. In G-Boss Live this morning, I had some people saying that they were going to stop by. Are they going to stop by? Because it's almost 8:10. And I don't want them to miss. What other lives are going on right now that I'm interfering with? I meant to do a live on Thursday. Hey, there's Crispy. Oh, you were lurking, doing your pig roast. How's that coming? There's Dopey. Sweet. I guess it takes 10 minutes of me being showing my face before y'all are like, oh, okay, he is going to be live. Almost pulled a G-ball, right? So for 4th of July, my family and I went up, my peoples went up to North Georgia, rented out a Airbnb cabin home, and I've got the review video on the cabin. I'm working on getting it posted up on the channel tonight. I'll wrap it up after the live, and it'll be posted. Hey, man, what's up? How you doing? Good to see you. I guess I'll show ground fog. What is ground fog, Dopey? Explain. 5 Door, and there's Crispy doing his pig roast. How big of a pig? Is it squealing yet? Just kidding. So the family and I went up to North Georgia and rented a cabin, and it was a beautiful cabin. Lovely place. Enjoyed staying there.
I found it.
Yeah, the wife found it. Much nicer than the doing a hotel.
I'm just waiting for Dopey to say something funny.
Dopey, my wife's waiting for you to say something clever, hilariously clever. So you're you have set expectations. We are expecting sly comments from the Dopey. They're all saying hey to each other. Half of them are cooking. Yeah, half of y'all are cooking.
No, late bloomers then.
Well, not everybody lives on the East Coast.
No.
So one of the towns we went to, real close to the cabin, only about 30 minutes from the cabin that we stayed at, was Helen, Georgia. It's a wonderful little mountain town, very touristy place. Um, that's the town is German themed. Like the whole town is set up like a German town. Um, Yet in the shops, just like all places around the world that are a tourist destination, they have all of your standard T-shirts and keychains and all kinds of other stuff um, that are just standard souvenir type items with just the name of the place on it. So, oh, okay. So you probably remember. Well, in the '80s, that's like 50 years ago, right? So it's changed. It's changed a good bit since then, I'm sure. I don't know if my parents had to have taken me up there when I was a kid. But anyways, it's a cool little German town, German themed, and I was able to get one of my favorite Dunkel German beers. It's a medium to dark lager type beer, roasted barley malt. So I got my fix with my Dunkel and picked up the koozie. Beautiful little koozie. Love it with the bears and the plaid and the forest, and fits nicely. Looks good. Love it. Love it. Oh, and I picked up the the hat while I was up there too. But I did not get a knife, although there were a handful of stores that had knives. There was one store particularly that was dedicated, well, mostly dedicated to knives and some swords and stuff. And then it had in the back corner, it had like Pokemon stuff and game cards and whatnot. Okay, so you've had that. Yeah, Oktoberfest needs to be here. Oktoberfest really needs to be Fall Fest and go from like mid-September to freaking first week of December. That's the block that needs to be. Oktoberfest just needs to be like a fall beer fest, right? That would be more like it. I don't know what you're talking about, Dopey.
Yeah, it fits them perfectly.
There was at least one, if not two, of those portrait studios, the old timer portrait studios, where they dress you up in Western themed or whatever theme that you want, Civil War theme, whatever. Yeah, so they have at least one shop like that.
There was like 2 or 3 of them.
You think there
was
there
2.
at least
I saw
one?
At least 2.
I think there's 2, for sure. But one of my daughters, or my stepdaughter, got one of those temporary tattoos on her hand.
Henna tattoo.
What's it called?
A henna.
A henna tattoo. I am not versed in that lingo. I just do regular tattoos, just full tattoos.
I told you, Dopey, it fits them perfectly.
Oh, you're talking about the picture of you on your hat. Yes, so self-portrait. Haha. Yeah, there you go, Amanda. Dopey cracked a joke. He said the Sasquatch on my hat is a self-portrait.
I know, I saw it.
That's funny. Yeah. Yeah, it's also got the guy on the back as well, Mr. Yeti Sasquatcher himself. Germany's fairly big with the Sasquatch stuff too. Yeah, I mean, Germany's got the Black Forest, which is infamously known for dark magic, mysterious, superstitial stuff, evil, witchcrafting, Bigfoot, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, Germany's well versed with the with Mr. Squatch Man and all that stuff. Yeah, yeah. There you go. That's clever, Dopey. He's the Sasquatch on the back of the hat is suburban or Riley, little urban.
No.
Yeah, big Sasquatch on the front, little Sasquatch on the back.
No, my little man is not a Sasquatch.
Well, if his dad's a Sasquatch, then he's a
No,
Sasquatch.
because he's his mom's child.
Okay, whatever. All right, now that I have a handful of y'all in here, let's do the slideshow here. That photo right there is looking onto a winery that's up in Cleveland. Or where was this winery at?
Is that the Yona?
Yeah, the Yona Winery. Isn't that close to Cleveland? Whatever the case, it was like.
Yes, Dopey. He's half Squatch then.
He's half Squatch. Yes, there you go.
There's
suburban. Yeah, that was in Cleveland. Yeah, winery in Cleveland. Really, really good wine. A little on the pricey.
Bottle tonight, but he said, yeah.
Little on the pricey side, but still good.
They wanted $54 for a what was it? The chocolate? Oh, the port.
Yeah,
they wanted $54 for a bottle of port.
The port-based wine,
which
was $54, which is a little high. I mean,
but if you really liked it that much, yeah, you'll spend $54. But we just didn't have the budget to spend on it.
So slide 3, I did because the scenery up there was beautiful. Here's
I didn't send him all the photos, so this is not all of them.
Yeah, I don't have all the photos yet, but here's I took a whole bunch of photos I brought like 5 or 6 knives with me and took photos of them in various cool places. This waterfall here is called Toccoa Falls.
We took so many pictures on that one.
Yeah, we did. There's Zorro, my doggo. Took him out on the one day that we did the sightseeing, did the waterfalls and the short hikes. That's one thing that's good about a bunch of the waterfalls that's up in this area where we visited is
that was at Minnehaha.
Oh, that picture?
Yeah, he was waiting.
Yeah,
that's right before he got up because he was on alert because he thought you were going to fall.
You want to come sit in here and join me since you're going to talk?
No, because I'm ugly on camera.
Okay. But anyways, a lot of these waterfalls up in this area are very short hikes, like a quarter of a mile or less. So that's really great. It makes it really easy to see more of them in the amount of time, and for kids, for dragging a bunch of younger kids with you. Here I am at the cabin, chilling on the hammock that they had on their back porch. Again, watch bits and pieces, or watch all of it if you're curious enough about the cabin, because it's right about a 40-minute video where I talk about the cabin and give you a tour of the cabin and all that stuff. So it's a long video, but it's there too. Yeah. See, Dopey says I'm ugly on camera too. I just don't care.
I didn't see that.
But yeah, really cool cabin. Lots of cool features to it. One night, you finally laughing at Dopey's comment?
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. So one night we grilled out. My younger brother lives only about an hour away from where this cabin is.
Are you clicking through?
Yeah, I'm manually clicking. But yeah, he only lives about an hour away, and we were kind of out of meat from him. He sells the Brush Creek Farm beef, fresh beef. So I picked up some meat from him, and one night we grilled some bratwurst. Johnson Bill bratwurst, more like glorified hot dogs is really more so what they are. But they were good. They were really good. And then there's some steak and potatoes in the back there.
I made them.
Yep.
With butter.
And then on the back patio there, on the back porch, I had that rubber mat that's on the deck there. Is one of those, I guess they're called stall mats. You get them at
Was
Tractor
that the thing that's
Supply.
back in the back of your car?
No.
Oh.
Oh yeah, it is. It's just cut up into sections.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sort of
But yes,
inspired.
they're a nice thick big rubber mat. The Tractor Supply has them. They're called stall mats, I think. But anyways, I lined this in the bottom of the trailer that I hauled all our crap in, and used that as a great protective barrier for Ash. And I had just picked up for this trip, been meaning to get it for several years now, but I finally got it. But that is one of those stand up raised fire pits they're only like 22 inches wide, and the legs fold up and everything. It's easy to pack into its own bag. I'm drinking my beer. Give me my beer.
I like that kind of beer.
My beer.
I can always get one out of the cabinet.
But anyway, so yeah, this was nice to have our fire, just a small controlled fire for doing the marshmallow s'mores thing and the ambiance. You want to try to pronounce that?
No.
Oh no. Okay.
Ambiance.
But
He's just making fun of me because I stayed drunk or whatever most of the time, and so I couldn't pronounce anything half the time.
she had fun.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, so it was nice to be able to do a fire just like right there on the back patio where we could go inside to go into the bathroom or to get more s'mores or refill drinks, that kind of stuff. So it was really nice to do it just right there at the house and do it safely.
Oh my God.
There's
Why
us.
didn't you crop me out?
Next slide.
Please.
That was us eating at their diner table in the cabin. Here, I'll go back real quick.
Oh my
Okay.
Lord.
Did y'all get it?
Yeah, my fat ass.
Okay. Shh. Don't draw attention to yourself by talking about yourself.
Yeah, well.
Here's right here, just right there on the driveway up to the cabin. There's a bunch of cattle out there, and then there are a couple of horses. And so as we were leaving Friday morning, one of the horses was like right there up against the fence by this gate.
Beautiful horse.
Yeah, pretty horse.
Reminded me of my horse, Honeymoon.
So we had to stop and pet the horse and say hi to it and take a photo.
He almost didn't.
I was kind of nervous about making sure that I got home in time because this was Friday morning and I had to work a short 4-hour shift Friday night. So I was like nervous about making it back in time. But yeah.
Pet that. He never pet the horse.
I didn't. I didn't.
No,
I didn't pet
didn't.
that one. I've petted so many horses.
He was in a mood.
I was just a little anxious and a little nervous to make sure that I got home in time.
Where's Be Up mean?
Be Up. That's Jason Brown's fella that passed away.
Okay.
Unexpectedly. That he was. Be Up is just be positive. Have high spirits. Life is too short.
Oh, that's why he put
that kind of thing. Yeah. So.
See, I don't know what that means. So.
She doesn't know all of our lingo. Sorry. She'll get there.
So you tell me Be Up. I have no idea what you mean.
Yeah.
Now I do.
So here's a photo of one of the general stores. That's where I got the beer.
That was in Helen.
There in Helen, Georgia, and that's coffee beans. Coffee beans, and yeah, had a whole mess of flavors.
I found it.
You could try and have ground up. They had a grinding machine right there, and you just fill a bag, and lots of delicious flavors. And so that's always fun. to find a general store.
Oh, lucky Dean.
Yeah, Dean.
You're lucky.
Dean's not too far. Also, Ed is not too terribly far. Ed lives where he's at. He's probably maybe 2.5 hours from Helen.
Lucky.
Less than 3 hours. I know that.
We're gonna move up there soon.
Yeah, our 3 to 5 year plan is to move up to North Georgia and
Clarksville.
be much closer to Helen, Georgia, and all those places that are so.
I've
cool.
already found a place. It's Clarksville.
Thursday was kind of our last full day up there. We went over to Lake Hartwell, there in North
Tugalo.
Georgia, to
Tugalo.
the Tugalo State Park, whatever. And met my brother. That's my brother.
That was fun.
Some might argue he's a little better looking than me. I don't know, but
Well, I married you, not him. So.
right. Well, whatever. Dopey.
Hell in Florida.
He's really close to hell in Florida.
Well, then move out of Florida.
Yeah, you just gotta move. It don't take much to move for you. You don't have a big ass family or a whole bunch of crap. He does have
Lake
a nice
Hartwell
job.
is not haunted.
That's a bunch of that's some superstitious. Honey, you really can't sit in this chair. It's too much weight for this crappy ass desk chair.
See.
Go get your desk chair.
You
Your
heard what
desk
he
chair's
just said
right
about
over
me.
there. I said this is a crappy desk chair. Oh, Dopey, you're going to Alabama? What part of Alabama? North side, east side, west side?
Go to north side. Just don't go to Mobile. That's where all the people who are related have children now.
Stay on the east side of Alabama, closest to Georgia.
Just messing around.
Dopey, if you ever want to give a try at whitewater kayaking,
What?
once you get up to Alabama, there is in
Oh, he's going to Huntsville. That's a nice area.
you're going to Huntsville. Okay. How far is Huntsville from I'd have to look it up, but Columbus, Georgia.
I don't think it's too far.
No, Huntsville is north. It's pretty up there. If you've not been up there yet, I imagine, Dopey, that you've been up there.
Oh, he's in.
But Huntsville is a bunch of rolling hills.
Oh yeah,
and
it's
stuff.
pretty up there.
It's pretty. There's farmland and up there. So
He's in Athens. Huh?
who's in Athens?
Drew, whatever.
Okay, yeah. So
you're in your hometown.
You're really, really freaking close to my brother. My brother is in Colbert, Georgia. If you need beef, like good steaks, I don't think I have one of Matthew's cards floating around right here.
Well, it's Brush Creek Farms.
But it's here. I'll put. I'll do the Brush.
Right there.
Farms.
Their website. You can just copy and paste their website. Can you get in trouble for doing this?
No. There you go. There's the link. If you're within 7 hours drive,
He ships too.
he ships to the southeastern region of the United States. So if you're 7-8 hours or less distance from Athens, Georgia, and you want some good stuff, I mean, I would argue that their beef is better than Omaha steaks. If you're familiar with Omaha steaks.
Well, Omaha steaks, I don't know if they're grass fed.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Say they are.
But Matthews is all grass fed.
But my brother it's all natural, grass fed, Black
Shine.
Angus cattle.
Shane is just going to visit on the weekends and dip his tiny nipples. Dopey.
But we can always count on Dopey for
Yeah.
good humor.
My God.
He's got an awesome personality. But no, dang Ross, you did not miss the gall because I don't have the items together yet that I want to have for the gall. So the giveaway is giveaway is gonna happen probably next Friday. Next Friday's live, I will do a giveaway. All right, so tonight's just chill night, have some fun, share 4th of July fun with you guys. But yeah, in the photo there's Lake Hartwell. I think, yeah, that was my last photo that I had that I threw together at the last minute for this. But at Lake Hartwell, we did my brother there with his boat, and there's Suburban. We did, where did I put the video? Where's my video? Okay. Present video right here. Y'all ready for this shit?
Could you? My voice, I was yelling.
Watch this.
There you go.
So yeah, that's my wife's evil laugh. Like she was hoping that I'd hurt myself or something. I don't know what.
I was pulling a. Who's that? You said pulled a who? G-ball? Is that G-ball that always late?
Yeah.
I was pulling a G-ball.
Yeah, we'll watch it again. This is my first time making this jump.
I couldn't even get up there.
Yeah, the wife couldn't even climb up there.
Messed up in the head.
If you see on the side, there's a rope there tied to one of the trees up top, and you had to kind of climb up the side of the rock face there.
I couldn't even get up there.
It required a good bit of upper body strength and being able to have proper.
Dopey. I could do better jumps in the water if I was able to get up there. I was freaking too messed up in the head. Couldn't even get up there. Right there. You chose the wrong one.
Oh, that's because I think it was the last live.
Really? You told them about Bahamas?
I showed them the Bahama belly flop heard around the world. Yep. Oh. They got to see that.
Seriously?
Yep. You want to show them again?
No.
We'll take a vote. You want me to show the other one, and we'll take a vote. Who does the better jump?
No.
Hands down, it's
well, I guess instead of the giveaway, we'll do the who does a better jump in the water. Riley did whatever. He did a couple belly flops in the water off of the cliff.
On another side,
poor guy, he got hurt.
On another side, from where this view is taken for this video, off to the right was another rock face that was a lot easier to climb up and only about half the height, if that. So all the kids and most of the ladies were jumping off of the shorter ones, the shorter rock face, which was about maybe 9 feet.
Yeah, it was a little easier.
8.5 to 9 feet. So,
but Cassie did that jump. You and Cody, and just not me and Michelle and Riley.
But yeah, so that one was at least 20, somewhere around 23 to 25 feet.
We should have video of your brother gone down.
Is my best guess.
I wish I got video.
You didn't take video of me?
I couldn't. I didn't because when he did it, it was random, so I wasn't ready for it.
Oh, okay.
And whenever he was going down there, he was going, ooh.
yeah. We there was this one guy because we kind of got there, I guess, on the earlier side around lunchtime.
And then everybody
later that afternoon, a whole bunch of other boats filled with people came. And people were jumping off of this, but there's the one guy that was he was hilarious.
He said, "Oh shit!"
Every time he went down the tall jump there, he halfway down is "Oh shit!" Every single time he jumped. So
and he tried not to.
Yeah, that was great. And then there was another fella. There's another guy. He was a big guy, a heavier set guy. He was probably about the same size if you know said Stevie. He was about the same size as Stevie, and
Man,
Wait,
that was a loud.
He jumped
big
and did a
jump.
cannonball, and boy, could he do a damn good cannonball. That was a massive splash.
It was pretty funny.
He
laughed. He laughed.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
had,
he had a blast.
everybody that jumped off was having a
And
blast.
then tonight I ran into some people that we were.
Oh,
swimming
that's
with.
that's the
Yeah.
crazy stuff thing. There was a group,
Yes,
a family
Stan.
that was up.
He was chunky.
Yeah,
No, he's what you call
he's one of them good old boys.
Yeah.
Big good old boys.
Just had some good meat on his bones.
But one of the families that was there at the lake there at the jumping rock
Ran into us at
my
the gas station tonight. I ran into him.
Yeah, the wife had the kids. We went bowling this afternoon, and I took the motorcycle, and
We stopped for
she hauled the
ices.
kids in the car and stopped for ices on the way to the bowling alley. And sure enough, one of the families that was there at the lake jumping off of the rock with us
Recognized us.
was at the gas station at the same time that the wife stopped with the kids there. So they were like, "Oh wait, we know you, we recognize you." So yeah, they were heading back down. Live in what part of Florida?
West Palm.
West Palm Beach, Florida.
Yeah, it's hell.
Yeah.
Part of Florida.
Yeah. So that was kind of crazy that we had to come home a day before they did apparently, but yeah. Small makes it seem like a small world sometimes when that kind of stuff happens.
Good old big ones and big old good ones.
That's one way to look at it, Dean. That's definitely one way to look at it. Oh, can you go grab Cody and tell him to bring his sword?
Yeah, let
Yeah.
him show his sword.
So when we were in Helen the one day,
Let Cody tell him. Let Cody.
at the main knife shop, that I could not find something that I wanted. My son did, and so he got something. He's gonna go grab it and come show y'all.
Yeah, let Cody talk about it because he gets very excited.
Yeah,
about it.
he's gonna have to explain it
I have
because it's an anime character, and
we don't know anything about
that's a no for me. So.
Now little Urban wants to show off his knife.
Oh yeah.
Where is it at?
Suburban
It's over
got a knife too. All right, here, come in, show.
My
So explain what it is.
it's Sasuke's snake sword.
Here, let me remove this. So you're big.
Ooh, he's back
All right,
into the
so
thing.
that's the explain, Cody.
Sasuke's snake sword, and the reason it is like it has his clan symbol on it right here, right there.
So that's the clan symbol.
Yeah,
And it's from which anime?
Naruto.
Naruto.
From anime.
Yeah, he got a Naruto knife. That's what Cheeto
Sword.
Bandito said.
So it's an actual sword, full sharpened blade. Good.
Shaw.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's sharp.
Oh, he got so excited when he saw
So
that thing on the wall.
tomorrow we're gonna make a wall mounting shelf for it to hold it. Go above your bed. But really cool. He was excited to see it when he saw it, when he found it.
Zack Attack Designs.
But yeah, big old sword. Big old sword. So he picked this up, and he was bagging and bagging. How bad did you want it? You were willing to do how many chores for how long?
He was willing
for
to
no
babysit
pay?
Riley for more.
it was pretty bad. All right, you switch spots so Riley can thank you, Cody.
It's like a show and tell.
I don't know.
Bunch of weaves in
So
here.
here's little Urban.
Hold on, Riley.
I don't know which way.
So here's his little novelty. Everybody knows what these is
Hey,
when
Cody.
you go to
Cody, is it from Mini Contanda?
typical souvenir, the old Swiss Army souvenir with the wood scales that has the info and then the person's name on it. So this is really officially
You don't know.
this is
It's from Mini.
officially your first pocket knife, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah. So
So this is like a sizzle.
So yeah, he's been using it. And luckily, the couch isn't cut up yet from it,
Oh, there's already a hole in the couch.
there's no holes in his shirts yet, and he hasn't cut himself yet. So knock on wood, right?
Alright, no problem.
It'll happen eventually.
Oh yeah, it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen
What are
eventually.
you talking about? He's already happened twice. He's got a scar
Well,
on
that
his
wasn't
head.
with his knife. That was
Yeah.
with my knife. But yeah, so that's what he wanted. Of course, typical boy,
He
right?
begged for it.
So yeah, both of my boys got knives, and I didn't get a knife.
What is that
So,
supposed
you know,
to be?
That's like a shopping, like,
That's a
wood.
that's a saw.
That's a
This is
saw
a saw blade.
Yeah.
He's just like a Sharpie.
Sharpie, almost like a Sharpie.
So yeah.
He loves it. He
I
loves
Yeah,
love
he loves it. All right, go play. Go be good.
He,
Get out of here.
He
Wait,
ain't done
wait.
yet.
Scoochie.
Hold on, he ain't done yet.
Every- Everybody in here knows what all those tools are on it.
He likes to do show and tell. Leave him alone.
Yeah, yeah, hold it up higher. There you go.
Look at that screwdriver. It's fat.
It's a fat screwdriver. Get out of here. But
Oh yeah, it's fat.
yeah,
It's fat too.
Okay.
It's
You
like
need.
you.
he had
Hey,
they had such a good
no.
time.
Oh,
Yeah.
now Riley.
We're-
I believe.
We're all nerds to an extent.
Oh, Cody said that it's not a mini Kanza, is what somebody. I saw the comment.
Oh,
Go up again. It's go up, go up, go up.
I'm scrolling.
Mini something. They were talking. Katana, yeah, mini Katana.
Look.
He doesn't know. Who is that?
Well, the whole length of that thing that my son got was it was 39 inches. It's 39 inches long,
Look,
so it ain't
Oh,
short.
another one. It's not sharp. It's not sharp.
I'll shut up.
This is not sharp.
Yeah, Zach, we know you're a hardcore nerd. We know.
That's an earlier comment.
We know.
Oh no,
Um,
that's a later comment.
But yeah, so that was our trip. Now, all the fun parts of it. Now, the not so fun part of it was on the first day when we were in Helen. The wife and the kids wanted to go play down by
On the Chattahoochee
on the
River.
Chattahoochee River there, where there's a river tubing company that you rent your tubes and
Cool
float
river
down the
tubing.
Chattahoochee like a true hoochie coochie redneck.
That stuff is fun.
So being 4th of July, the day 4th of July day, if you can imagine, the river was like you almost saw nothing but tubes, waves and waves
It's a
of
corkscrew.
tubes with
No.
people constantly
Take it
getting
out.
stuck on the
No,
rocks.
like,
Shh.
right here.
People
I
were
don't know.
constantly getting
Next.
stuck on the rocks. You had groups that were trying to tie their tubes together using anything that they had, whether it was some rope, some.
It was
There's a
horrible.
couple of them here and there that had like the small ratchet straps that they
That's what
connected their
the-
tubes together with.
The tubing company provided.
Oh, the tubing company had some special
cords, yeah.
cordage, whatever. Anyways, I was out
Not
there
that- it's
taking
not fun.
photos with my phone. That's the my 4th of July photo of the Spartan Harsey, my Spartan Harsey folder
Careful, Riley.
on the rocks. That was right there on the Chattahoochee, and I had people in tubes going all around me. And so when I was done,
I was thinking the same.
when I was done taking photos of that night, I went to take some other photos right there in the river, and I had a couple in their tubes that floating down that were attached, but they were not attached by like a little 2 foot or 3 foot cordage or whatever. Their cord was like thin little paracord, black
Well, you'll get
paracord,
to the
and it was
point.
like 6 feet long. But long story short, my phone ended up getting in the river when I lost my balance when they clotheslined me. they literally clotheslined my legs, and instead of falling on my face and bashing my face open and breaking my nose and stuff, I braced myself, put my hand down, and the hand that had my phone in it. So the phone went in the water, and my phone got ruined because it is not waterproof. It turns on, it charges, it does freaking does a good job showing the display screen, doesn't
It
have imperfections on it. It wants to ring. I actually had it on that later that night after trying to dry it out in multiple different ways. At dinner time, I was trying to get it to power off because the battery was like slowly dying and it was taking forever, and I was hoping to be able to just turn it off and restart it and see if it would work. Well, I couldn't turn it off because the screen did not have the sensor, was not working for my fingers, so I cannot open it up or click on anything.
anything. Oh.
I can say it for myself. Thank you. Hush. Go away.
No.
Go away.
No.
Go away. But yeah, so everything on it works except for the touch screen. So I couldn't get into it. So I couldn't use my phone. I've been without a phone since, see, like the image on it, which is an image of another waterfall. I can't. It won't freaking won't do nothing.
Won't do nothing. Won't turn on.
So when you hold down the power button and it gives you those options, yeah. Somehow it ended up at some point calling 911. It did the emergency call and called 911, and I could talk to the operator. So even talking to the 911 operator, that function worked. The speaker and the sound and everything, it all worked. The phone works in every single way except for the touch. So I have to get a new phone, and hopefully it'll be here Monday. It's supposed to get here Monday. Yeah, but it really sucks having all of your secondary
phone.
No, hush. All of your secondary verification for logging into your email and StreamYard and YouTube and all that stuff, all my logins, when you try to log in on another device and it sees it as a foreign device and it asks for that secondary verification through text messages to your phone number, and I couldn't not get it open to view those code numbers. I couldn't do my live on July 5th, so I'm sorry. That's why that didn't happen, because I freaking dropped my phone and destroyed
You
my
could
phone.
have just logged in on my phone and done it that way. So
No, I couldn't have logged into StreamYard or my email or on YouTube or anything from my account without a secondary verification. There was no way around me getting. I would have had to come home and do it on this computer here at home, because this computer doesn't require the second verification because I've already done it. It's already set up automatically. So yeah.
What? Talking about carbon.
You got two phones, one for the plug and one for the what? Come on. What? Okay. But yeah, so damn it. So the new phone that is arriving, I ordered a waterproof case for it because this sucks and I don't want to deal with this again. No repeat of this one. So definitely getting a new phone. Getting a new phone with a waterproof case. Not going to have that problem again. Hopefully not. But
Always put the water.
What did Cheeto say? That's so funny.
I don't know. I don't understand. Well, that's my extra driver's license. That's HR. this guy there in Helen, one of the shops, he carves candles and other unique gifts. He hand carves both the candles and wood trinkets and doodads, all hand carved. So I was in there in his shop for a good while, and we were talking about knives. He was showing me the knives that he uses for all his carving needs, and he was asking me for input on because he wants to sell. Well, that's what the case that I ordered is, a pretty robust case.
It's urban proof.
It's going to be urban proof. It's going to be pretty much urban proof. I mean, it'll get tested. It'll get tested in every way. I promise you that. But
oh, he needs a screen protectors too. That's right. I gotta get those too.
Who for what?
Screen protector for your phone.
No, the case that I ordered comes with screen protector.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the full deal. It's the full urban proof setup.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's urban proof.
It's gonna be urban proof. But yeah, so the candle guy, he was asking me about selling knives, selling just a one singular brand, and he asked me what brand, and I was that was a little difficult trying to think of a shop in a touristy type town set up like that as a German town. Most of the knife shops already there, or the shops that had knives there, they were custom knives. They were handmade knives, and then there was, your cheap gas station knives. And so I explained to him that, those of us that are nerds about knives, we are part of such that tiny percentage of knife nerd people that buy the knives that we buy, that spend hundreds of dollars on a knife. And so I had a hard time trying to think of a good brand. So I spat out Civivi. That was the one that came to mind, that you could get 4 or 5 different models that are under $80 and sell them and try to make some money. So that's what I stop. That's enough. Hey, there's G-Ball. Look, G-Ball's here. What up, G-Ball? So yeah, was my recommendation was Civivi. If you think I should have recommended, he's on Instagram, so I'm gonna get a hold of him on Instagram. So if you guys were working in a small shop in a small touristy based town that sells touristy type goods, that is local mountain town type stuff, what knife company what brand would you recommend for selling about 4 or 5 models, different knives of one brand in that kind of a shop? What is y'all's thoughts on that? What do you all think? Besides Civivi, because I mentioned Civivi. I wanted to say Kaiser, but Kaiser's not really in that budget. Because again, my mindset is for him to sell stuff, he's not going to sell $80 to $150 knives at this shop. His best luck is going to be to stay under $80 to really make some amount of profit off of it and be worth his while, was my mindset. So other than Civivi, CJRB maybe. I just have a hard time thinking. I don't think Cold Steel would be good, because I don't think Cold Steel is not fitting. They're a little too tactical, in my opinion. Migron, yeah, I mean they're good, but they've got a like 2 or 3 models that are under $80, but they don't quite have that many. Yeah, QSP. I didn't think of them. How many models does QSP have that are under $80? Do they have at least 4 good ones? Like somewhat standard shapes that would be solid sellers. Yeah, petrified fish, Kubi. Yeah, could definitely do Kubis. Okay, I need to write this down. I need there's a notepad up by my clock. Honey, she gives me a dinky
What?
pen when I've got my nice pens.
Where?
Over by my clock.
I'm looking for
The clock.
the clock.
Underneath that little wood plaque that has the CD box on top of it. See the notepad there? White notepad.
No, because it's not here.
Hold on. Oh, it is not there. You're
Told you
right.
it's not.
Sorry. Well, I don't know what happened to that notepad. What did I do with that notepad?
I think he got it brown.
I did not have it ready. Just give me something to write on. I don't know, blue. Note cards. Note cards work. I need a notepad by my desk here. I don't know why I don't have a notepad.
I do.
Yeah, because I put everything into my phone that I don't have. Oh, it's been driving me nuts. I haven't had a phone since Tuesday morning.
He's off the grid.
I'm off the grid. I'm freaking lost without my phone. So, okay. Yeah, I could say Tucson. I could mention Tucson. I personally don't like Tucson. I don't like the branding being on the grind of the blade, which is like 90% of their knives. They have their branding on the actual grind part of the blade. And I hate that. I don't like that. Unless it's going to be small and up close to the pivot, then I don't mind. But when you kind of throw it out there towards the middle of the blade and it's on the actual grind of the blade, I hate that. That drives me nuts. Can't stand it. But I'll write it down and throw it out there to them. So Tucson. Send cut. Thank you. Y'all are so helpful. See, I knew I could count on y'all. Gonzo needs to be a brand. Like, that needs to be a brand. How many people would buy a Gonzo knife? I would. Sitivian. I don't know why I was drawing a blank. Not Spyderco, dang Ross. In the actual, the one shop that they had in that town that was a primarily dedicated knife store, they had some Spydercos in there. Again, Artisan doesn't really have that many models that are budget, like easily under $80. Petrified fish. That's a good one. Kubi, of course. I don't know why I didn't think of them. The Royale is my favorite Kubi.
What?
Has been for the longest time because it's such a solid knife. QSP. Yeah, I'll have to look up each of these and pull like at least three or four models to recommend to them. CJRB is the budget Artisans. Yep. So I don't know. I think Migron is going to start spinning out more. That seems to be the direction that they're going in. Is for every model that they have, that's a nice one of their higher end knives. That's a over $150 knife. I think for Migron, every one of those, they spit out 2 under $80 knives. Yeah, for whatever reason, Dopey, in these mountainy towns, for the fixed blades, if people are going to buy a fixed blade from one of these mountainy towns, they really want something that's a local craftsmanship. You know, something that has the bone antler handles and people love the Damascus blades on their small to medium sized fixed blades. So in Milwaukee, yeah, I could tell them that. That would be funny. They should. A knife shop should always have a section, an aisle or so of that stuff, of your folding box cutters. um. Yeah, I don't really. I haven't had any experience with Firebirds. Well, actually, I did. I've had one in hand, and it felt very cheap. I hate it when the knives feel real cheap. So I don't know if that's how all the Firebirds are. Again, they're kind of like Tucson, and most of their knives they put the branding like right in the middle of the freaking blade grind. You know, they just do it like right here, right in the middle of the knife, right in the middle of the blade grind, and I hate that. Oh, that irritates me. You know, Spyderco is good at putting it, you know, smaller, closer to the pivot, not in the middle, not swallowed the wrong way. Oh, yeah. See, that's I love it when the blade is clean. I love the using the pivot screw head to put your logo. Having the blade steel or you know information like that, the blade steel or whatever, or the knife designer be somewhere on the somewhere else on it. I love how I'm not going to go get it out of the other box, but my ProTech Arcform Slimfoot automatic collab, they do it on the inside of the handle here, close to the edge. So you know, holding it like that, you can see the word ProTech in it. That's where, like, and if I were to have one of my knife designs, I've got a couple that I've sent over. I've got 2 of them so far, and I'm gonna work on a fixed blade design here soon. That I bounced over to Sharif to get his expertise on. So because I figured if Manufacturing can get a knife made, I can get a knife made. Anybody can get a knife made. No. But yeah, there's no reason for me not to throw out a handful of designs and see if I can't get one of them made. But yeah, so I've got a fixed blade in mind, design in mind that I'd love to have my stuff put out there. But that's what I would want to do. What?
Mommy washing these eyes on.
I know. Go, shoo. Get out of here. Y'all go watch a movie. Watch a movie with the rest of the kids. Little Irvin's being a pain in the butt. Get out of here. But that's what I would do. As I would want my billboarding or all that information stuff to be like hidden and be some amount of a challenge to find it. I'm not going to go to the extent of where you have to take half of the knife apart in order to know what the blade steel is. like somebody did on the Devo Stout. Yeah, I forget where exactly he said it's like you have to take one of the scales off and it's underneath where the liner is or something is. I don't know where. You'd have to ask Kevin again or Colin. But yeah, I don't know why you gotta hide it that much. Like, yeah, people want to know what the blade steel is. Like, and he's not the only one. Devo knives are not the only one. Actually, I carried it today. But did I put him up? I put him up somewhere in here. Where is he? This guy, the BRS fraction or factor. I don't remember the name of this thing. Well, yeah, I do. I have it written down. Hey, here's my notepad. Right here at my desk. What an idiot. What an idiot.
Did you have a brownie?
I did not. No. This is the the BRS Evolve series fragment. This is the fragment. 2.2¼ inch blade of S35VN steel, titanium handle, has that steampunky mechanical type look to it. I love how it's the top flipper like that with wrench holes. Yeah, really cool. And then badass lanyard on it with a bead, and it becomes a nice full-handed grip. I got my pinky resting on the lanyard and sweet little box cutter. Love this knife. But yeah, so they did not. And the only thing that I hate about it, the only thing that I don't like about it, and I really, really don't like about it, is the fact that they put. I don't think the camera's going to focus. They put China. That's China right there, in some funky font. But that's the word China right there on the grind. It's small, so it's not a big deal. But it bothers me just a little bit when I see it. I'm like, oh, I wish they didn't throw that on there. I don't like seeing the word China on the blade at all, or really anywhere on the knife. On a knife, I don't care where it's. Well, I mean, I do care where it's made, but at the same time, I don't care to be reminded constantly of where it's made, unless it's a U.S. knife, a USA knife. Then I'm like, because USA. But like Spartan does. Spartan puts USA and then the blade steel right on the blade. But yeah. All right, so I've got Tucson, Sencut, Sativian, Petrified Fish, Kubi, QSP, CGRB, and Savivio. All right, Savivi. Even though I told him, he probably already forgot. Sometimes my V's look like U's when I'm trying to write fast. But okay. So yeah. So there's our list that y'all are so helpful with. Yeah, so with the 1,000 subscribers, thanks for mentioning that, budget guy. I'm not quite. I was for a very, very brief day and a half, if that. It was like an evening, and by 11 a.m. the next day, I was back down to like 960 something. But one of Tri-State's, one of Cole's lives, he gave my channel the shout out thing by by having everybody go over there to a certain video and hitting the like, hitting subscribe, and leaving a comment. You know how he does that. But so he had everybody, like almost 200 people go do that, and it brought me over the 1,000 mark. And then not even 18 hours later, I was back down to like 961. So I think I'm at. Damn it! Let me close the door. Hey, quiet. Ugh. But yeah, so I'm at like 973 or something or another, somewhere around there. Let me see. How many subs do I have? Your channel. 974. Right on. So 974. 218 videos. Not bad. I need to crank out more videos. I feel like you're not worthy to have 1,000 subscribers unless you have at least 300 videos, right? Yeah, shouldn't that be kind of that should almost be one of the requirements. But yeah. So I'll get in touch with that guy and spread the knowledge, spread the information. And what else who else got something cool on our trip? On our fun little trip. Here, I'll go back to sharing for anybody who didn't see these slides here. Coffee, horse, dinner, fire pit. Ooh, yummy dinner. Hammock. My dog at one of the waterfalls. Another waterfall with one of my knives. There's suburban or little urban. That the waterfall that he's standing in front of there is Minnehaha Falls, and that's the waterfall where my wife got married to me. Yep, she agreed to that. I don't know why. She actually damn near was the one that proposed to me. Probably wasn't gonna be long before she did if I didn't do it when I did it. But yeah, so that's the waterfall that she and I got married at, and almost 5 years ago. We've been together for 10 years now. Well, on the 27th, it'll be 10 years. And then in November, it'll be 5 years for our marriage. And then the first one, that's a wine vineyard up there. So, yeah. Where you asking where I live now? I live down in Brunswick, Georgia. Medium-sized town right on the coastline of Georgia, just inland of Jekyll and St. Simons Island.
Too damn close to Florida.
Yeah, and way too damn close to Florida. It's way too close to Florida. we're about 45 minutes from the Florida Georgia line.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Not enough mountains.
the goal is to move up in about 3 to 5 years. We should be living in a wonderful mountainy home and super close to these mountain towns where all these waterfalls are, and all the cool stuff, fun stuff that we enjoy going to and doing.
I'm over the beach.
So yeah, we're done and over with the beach life. We're sick of the beach life. The kids are even sick of the beach life, and they're not
Damn
even
sharks anyways.
they're not even at that 17, 18 year old age yet, and they're already sick of the beach. They don't want to go to the beach. They want to go to the pool at the YMCA over the beach. So that's how much we're done with the beach life.
We would totally switch with you, budget guy.
The prairie life, yeah, I'm good to not be on a prairie.
I would switch.
No, the prairie's full of snakes and prairie dogs if you're in that area, and it's just like it's almost as flat, as South Georgia. Their rolling hills are
Ooh.
very, very short hills. Oh, don't want to say that, Dopey. But no, seriously, Dopey, with you being living up near Huntsville, if you ever want to go try whitewater kayaking. If you want me to give you a crash course in whitewater kayaking, I'd be more than happy to. There in Columbus, Georgia, which is probably only a couple of hours, like not even 2 hours from Huntsville.
Hawaii has hills.
Nothing is flatter than Florida. I don't know. There's parts of Kansas and Arkansas and all them square states out there in the middle of the U.S. There's plenty of flat areas that are just as flat as Florida.
You just want to see
Dopey, I was a lifeguard for like 5.5 years. So, and I was Swiftwater Rescue certified for whitewater Swiftwater Rescue. So I have all the training and the skills, and I don't want to see you drown, but I wouldn't mind seeing you struggle a little bit for shits and giggles.
That's not funny. That's mean.
If you flip over, I'm not gonna be in a super big hurry to get you upright.
Oh, who said it? Yes.
if you want to know about that, just ask my wife. She knows. The first time I took her on a whitewater river, she paddled a little too close to the tree line that was coming over the water, and it made her nervous, and the rocks, and so she ended up flipping over, and she couldn't get herself upright again, and she couldn't get herself out of the kayak, so I had to race over there to get her, and I couldn't help. So I got out of my kayak and pulled my kayak out of the way so it didn't float down the river, and I had her boat propped up against my legs, and I was pulling her back up so she could breathe, and I didn't get her all the way upright because I couldn't stop laughing for her having paddled over to the trees. I'm like, you have so much river. The river is so freaking wide.
God, he's like,
The river is so wide, and you chose to go right in that one spot where there's obstacles. So, yeah, I stood there in the river with her only halfway pulled out of the water, just laughing my ass off. It was so bad. It was so bad. And she was hating it. She was not happy about it at all. But she made it. She made it the rest.
Wants to sleep on the couch.
She made it the rest of the way. She made it the rest of the way, and do you want to go again? Would you like to go again?
Yes.
Yes. So she wants to go again. But yeah, if anybody wants to give a go at whitewater kayaking, I have 2 boats and all the gear. So if you live somewhere in Georgia, Alabama, South Carolina, Tennessee area, and you want to go whitewater kayaking, want to try the kayaking rather than the rafting, hit me up. I'm all for it. I'll take you. I'll show you down the river. There's not a river in the Southeast that I have not been down. So, yeah. I passed my pool guard certification at 16, but the ocean would be scary. The ocean isn't that bad.
Shoot.
Well, I say that because I've done the whitewater stuff, but
That's rivers,
yeah.
not ocean.
Well, when I was in the Navy as a CB and stationed out off the coast of California, right across from the Buds base where they do the Navy SEAL training. I had a weekend or two, twice I did it with them, where they take you in the helicopters
You still got alligators
and
crocodiles lakes.
you have your swimming gear, your combat flippers and stuff, and you jump out of the helicopter, which is usually about a 15 to 20 foot drop down into the ocean, about 4 or 5 miles off the coastline, and your job is to haul your ass back to land. So yeah, shit. Jump out of the helicopter into the ocean and swim 4+ miles back to shore. And you had to do it in a certain length of time, or you failed and you go home and you don't get the opportunity to be a Navy SEAL. I was not doing it to become a Navy SEAL. I ended up hanging out and making friends with a handful of guys that were in the Buds training, and they were getting to that point really soon, which was about 2/3 of the way into their training, and so they asked if I wanted to do it, and they asked their commanding officer, and the commanding officer talked to me about it, and I agreed, so I did it, and it was fun. It wasn't too bad. It was a challenge, but it was a good challenge, and I made it. And I was not in the back half. I was easily in the front half. I was probably at a class of 35 to 40 swimmers. I probably came in at around 9, somewhere between 9 and 11. So yeah, I did pretty good. So yeah, that was a fun experience. Something to, not an item that was on a bucket list, but it ended up getting written on the bucket list afterwards, I guess. After the fact. Hawaii is fun way. Too much traffic though. Yep. Yeah, Hawaii has gotten bad with traffic. Like, people forgot to ride bicycles and walk on those islands. Like, everybody wants to be in a car. Apparently, it didn't used to be that way. 20 years ago, it wasn't that way.
Oh no, never been.
Jeez. I'll take you to Hawaii one of these days. Before you're 60. But yeah. Did anybody else travel? Anybody in the chat? Did any of y'all travel, go somewhere else for 4th of July? We did see fireworks. We saw fireworks while we were ordering food at one of the restaurants.
That was planned.
That was planned?
Yes.
It was? Oh, I guess that was planned. So, yeah. So we got to see fireworks. The question is did any of y'all go elsewhere, vacation for 4th of July this year? Or do you plan to go somewhere next year? I gotta tell you, it made for a really fun weekend. It was nice to not be at home.
I'll do it again next year.
I strongly do not recommend getting your phone wet. On any vacation, for that matter. Don't do what I did. You traveled all the way back to work every day, if that counts. No, that don't count, Dopey. But you do have a pretty fun job. If you don't know what Dopey does for work, ask him. It's pretty cool.
My phone is waterproof as well.
Yeah. Get a waterproof phone or a really good waterproof case for your phone.
My
If
husband's
I
bad.
don't know why I haven't had one for all the outdoorsy stuff that I do, all the water stuff that I do. I
Because
feel
you're a cheap ass on your phone.
Yeah,
not on your
I'm-
knives.
I'm a little cheap ass. I don't like to spend $300+ on a
But
phone.
not on your knives.
But I really fell in love with this case design, and this is real leather, which was hard to find for the particular phone that I've had for the last year and a half. But I really like this wallet type design. It's not a full blown wallet. It's only got the one pocket here, and it's got the pouch here that you can shove shit in. So like I loved that for the sake of the fact that I could keep a good number of things in it that I didn't have to have crammed into my wallet, because I like a very minimalistic wallet. So it was, so I like to have a couple of Band-Aids, and if I have a receipt from somewhere, I can shove it in there rather than in my wallet. Writing notes down, jotting things down for customers or for whatever. I liked having my insurance card that I laminated. I shrunk it down a little bit, the information, and laminated it so that it could go in this sleeve here. And this is for the motorcycle. Yeah, I liked having that in my phone case, so that way, if and when fingers crossed, knock on wood, as crazy as I've been on the motorcycle over the last 6 months, the first 6 to 8 months with the motorcycle since I got it, I kind of was very cautious and very careful and particular about the way that I rode. In these last 4 to 6 months, I've gotten much more relaxed because I've gotten more skilled and more comfortable with the bike and my limitations and the bike's limitations and da. So, anyways, I love the idea of having my driver's license in my wallet in one pocket and my insurance card in my phone case in the other pocket. And that way I wasn't having to ask the officer to wait for me to get off the bike and dig into a saddlebag or go into the under the seat compartment or whatever to find my insurance card. And then of course, being able to put a couple of business cards or gift cards or whatever into the phone case was a nice deal. I really liked this setup. I didn't at first, but I got used to it pretty quick, and once I got used to it, I ended up loving it. But now I'm going to have to go back to the single case to get the waterproof case so that I can
All thanks to his wife.
have my phone be waterproofed and not have another accident, an unhappy accident, a very, very unhappy accident. Okay, I see. I didn't. Yeah, so that's a cool job. That's a pretty cool job. Maybe it gets boring after a long time, but it's hard to find a job that you want to do for more than 6 years at a time. I look at people who, whether it's 20 years in the military or 20 years at a retail store with the same retail company, like kudos to them for wanting to do that, or because I mean, at a certain point, it's not willing to work at that job. It's want to work at that job for X number of reasons. Yeah, there's some point in time with employment where it switches from this is what I can do right now to this is what I want to do for a long time. And once you break past that point, I don't know when it is. It depends on the job and the person, I guess, for sure. But yeah, me working retail for the last 7 to 8 years, I do not want to do retail anymore. But I'm not quite at a point where I can get away from retail. Just with what my wife does as a nurse, her job, and having young children still at this point, I kind of need to be the mostly stay-at-home dad to not have to spend my life savings for daycare. So, yeah. You've had 35 jobs and you're 37. I get bored easily with work. Yeah, see.
my Lord.
I can do 3 to 6 years, and usually by the 5th or 6th year, I get bored. I gotta go somewhere else. I gotta do something else. I can't stand it, and I'm just sick of retail. See, you, sir, Neil, I applaud you. Pat on your back. You deserve a freaking lifelong vacation for doing 36 years in retail. Like, what? You gotta be shitting me, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like I said, at some point you went from this is what I need to do for right now to this is what I want to do, and I'm good with doing this for the next 10 plus years. I'm comfortable with this. I don't mind it. There's not enough of it that bothers me to want to do something else. Like, yeah, for 36 years. Ugh, I could not. And watch me end up doing it. I better not. I really better not. My resume is actually, I'll be 36 here in a couple months, but my resume is really not that long, not that big. Let's see. I did, in high school, I did umpiring, which wasn't, it was a job. I was baseball umpire during baseball seasons. If I wasn't playing, I was umpiring. So I could play in the older leagues and then umpire the little leagues. Was how that worked. But so I did that, and then I did the summer camp as a lifeguard, and I did the whitewater kayaking instructor as well. So that's what, 3 legitimate jobs. The other one that I did when I was in high school, which wasn't, it was a legitimate job. I did get paid, but I got paid as credits, as monetary credits towards paying for band camp. I worked at one of the concession stands at one of the Gwinnett Civic Arena during hockey, when there was mostly for their hockey games. I think there was a rodeo and a concert that I worked during at one of their concession stands at the arena there. And that was, again, I didn't get money in hand for it as an actual paycheck. It was monetary credits through my high school marching band that could be used to pay for band camp. My mom insisted that I do that to help pay for band camp. So that was not voluntary. That was involuntary wholeheartedly. I did mow yards, and I also did some pressure washing. I had a couple summers where I had a legitimate lawn mowing contract with 3 different yards that I was always had to mow all summer long.
Oh, I remember that.
And then I had 2 houses that growing up in high school years, 2 houses that had me every summer pressure wash their driveway and their back deck, their patio deck, wood deck. And then I would do a few here and there throughout the neighborhood. So that was always a good thing. The other job that I did, which wasn't really a job, it was something that I did to make some extra cash when I wanted the extra cash for buying camping gear, whitewater gear, rock climbing gear, or whatever. The only way I could accomplish that was my own money. And so another thing I did was during the springtime and sometimes during the fall, I'd go garage sale shopping for bicycles, mountain bikes, road bikes, racing bikes, whatever. And I'd get in a weekend, I'd take my allowance, whether it was 20 or $30, and I'd pick up 3 or 4 bicycles, dirt cheap, bicycles that all needed worked on. Something was wrong with them somewhere. And I'd buy, 2, 3, maybe sometimes 4 bikes in a weekend, take them home, take them completely all apart, clean up every single piece and part that there was, and then I'd be able to put together, if I picked up 3 bicycles, between all the parts that I had, I could put 2 together that looked freaking spectacular, like barely noticed that it was a used bike, and then turn around and sell them for profit. That took way too damn much time and effort, and so I only did it a couple of times here and there, because that's an exhausting thing to do, and I did not enjoy it. I really didn't enjoy doing it, but if I needed, 40, 50, $60, I could do that. I could turn $20 into $80 in about a week of just putzing through a little bit here and there each day, fixing up bicycles and selling bicycles. So a little harder to do that nowadays, but when I was a kid, that was something that I could do. That was pretty cool. But it's 9:40 for me, and got some other things to do tonight, some other lives going on, so I'm gonna scoot on out of here, I think. Yeah. So if you're just coming in, sorry you missed the bulk of it. Sorry you missed the bulk of it. You go back and watch it. And next Friday we will do a giveaway. Next Friday. Promise. Pinky promise. I'll do a giveaway next Friday. All right. And I will have a phone. Thank God. It really does suck nowadays. Like when I had my old flip phone, it was not a big deal to go 3 to 5 days without a phone. It was not a big deal. Nowadays there's so much attached through and to your phone, as using it as a tool.
I offered him a loaner phone. He just don't want it.
The wife wanted to give me a phone temporarily for today and tomorrow,
Just for the rest of your service plan.
and half a Monday. I don't know. I'll just wait for the new phone to get here. But all right, y'all have a good night. Thank you for chiming in, coming in, and helping me out. And hope y'all had fun. Dopey, thank you for the laughs, sir. Always a pleasure. Mike, yes. Night, everybody. I'll probably see some of y'all in the chat somewhere else a little bit later. But yeah, y'all have a good evening. Have a good rest of your
Hopefully
weekend.
not.
Have a good Sunday. Don't try to call me for the next day or two because I won't answer. But yeah, that's it. I am out of here. Y'all take care. Thanks for watching. Love you.